Hey guys, Justin with AmericanMuscle.com here with our best of video for the strut tower brace category, available for your 2005 to 2014 Mustang. The purpose of the best of video series is to help you guys narrow down your choices a little bit more within the category by offering up 3 products that we really dig, in addition to factoring in some customer feedback and popularity as well. Now, the appeal of a strut tower brace is pretty simple. It's designed to offer a subtle improvement to your handling performance while looking good under the hood at the same time. Now, I do say subtle because, sure, at the end of the day, there will be other products out there that will have a bigger impact to improving your handling, such as your lowering springs, your sway bars, and even your tires. However, a strut tower brace will be far more affordable and much easier to install than all of those other options I just mentioned. In fact, all of the options in this video will install using nothing more than a 13mm socket and wrench in a few minutes of your time. So without further ado, let's get into our first pick. First up, we have one of the most popular options in the category, the SR Performance Strut Tower Brace in black. Now, this option has well over 100 5-star reviews and is going to deliver a very sturdy tubular design for right around 140 bucks. Now, even though SR is traditionally an entry-level or value offering, this brace is going to offer just about everything more expensive options like the Steeda or even the Ford Performance brace will, but for far less dough. And that common feature is the chromoly steel parallel beam design with the added tubular supports welded into place, just help increase the overall strength of the bar. Finally, everything's been finished off in a textured black powder coat, and the finished product is something I think looks really good under the hood once installed. Now, I've even seen some owners kick things up a little bit, add their own touch of customization to this center plate here, which is something you can definitely check out for yourself in the customer submitted images. Now, SR does also offer the same exact brace, but in a bright chrome finish as well, maybe for the owners who prefer a little bit more flash or bling under the hood, in addition to a couple of other bare bones options on the site that will help keep that price point beneath 100 bucks. Now, the final thing to point out, guys, is that this brace will only clear stock intake manifolds. So for those of you guys rocking the Boss intake manifold on your Coyote or even the Ford Performance intake manifold on your 3-valve, you're gonna have to consider one of our next 2 options instead. But altogether, guys, the SR delivers a lot of similar features as some of the big names in the category, but for a lot less, and would be a great and customizable option for all stock manifold GTs. Up next, we have a name that needs no introduction in the suspension world, and that is BMR with their Hammertone option for the S197 GT. Now, BMR has a great track record, no pun intended, when it comes to making late model muscle cars handle and launch a little bit better through their made in the USA suspension products, and that does include the affordable strut tower brace that we have here. In fact, at right around 100 bucks, you're looking at one of the most affordable options in the category. Now, unlike our first option, the BMR brace that we have here will incorporate heavy wall DOM square steel tubing in place of the tubular stuff we saw with SR, and is a design you're gonna see again with our third and final pick. Now, that square steel has been finished off in the extremely popular Hammertone finish, which again is a powder coat, but can also be had in bright red as well for those owners who might want to stand out a little bit more when it comes to parts in the engine bay. But going back to the SR Performance option and its downfall, if you will, and that was its lack of ability to clear those taller intake manifolds. Well, that's not the case here with the BMR option. Again, it will clear the 3-valve Ford Performance and the Boss 302, and it will be the most affordable when doing so. So for that reason and more, it was a great option for our best of list here today. Last but not least, we have the Ford Boss 302 Strut Tower Brace. Now, not only is this option extremely popular despite its higher price point, but it's also one of the key components from the legendary S197 Boss 302, arguably one of the best handling factory Mustangs of all time. Now, on the surface, you can see the Boss option appears to be very similar to the BMR brace we just talked about, but on steroids. I'm talking box steel construction here, finished off in that satin silver powder coat, which altogether delivers a look very fitting of a factory car. Subtle and understated, and certainly not over the top, which is something I think a lot of owners will enjoy. Another aspect owners will certainly enjoy is that taller clearance, allowing for those taller intake manifolds like the Boss 302, in addition to the Ford Performance 3-valve option we've already covered, all for around the $170 price point. Certainly not the cheapest option in our list here today, but it's the only option worthy enough for the mighty Boss 302. Well gang, that's gonna wrap up our best of video for the 05 to 14 strut tower brace category. I do wanna point out that all of the options in this video will fit both your GT and your V6 S197. However, they will not fit the Shelby GT 500 models due to that supercharger interference. So if you have a GT or V6, you can take advantage of the benefits of the strut tower braces in this video. But if you're not in love with any of the products in this video, that's totally cool. I'll always recommend to you guys to check out the rest of our selection here at AM. In the meantime, I'm Justin, thanks for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here to AmericanMuscle.com.